Good morning, folks. An extremely tired Dean checking in at 7 a.m. It's a bit later than I usually start these videos, but yeah, I'm just knackered. I've been in Cambridge most of the week for work. I got back quite late last night and then pretty much went straight to Capoeira, so not much rest. Up early for F7 this morning, as always, pretty much usual on a Saturday. But yeah, welcome to episode 6 of the Summer Shred series. A little bit of a frustrating one with the whole weigh-ins because my scales died the day before I went to Cambridge, and changing the battery didn't work, and I can't seem to get them back working again, so I don't actually have scales for the weigh-in this morning. I mean, those scales, they were probably over 10 years old at this point, so they probably do need replacing. I probably need some better ones anyway, because I've noticed with those ones, they're just a bit dodgy. Like, sometimes if you just move the scale like literally a millimeter to any direction, the weigh-in will just completely change. So I really don't think the floors are uneven, like in a bathroom floor. It's on a tile. Well, not a tile, but like, you know, a non-slip bathroom floor kind of thing. So unfortunately, I don't really have a weigh-in this morning, but we're going to crack on with the video regardless. So you know the drill. I've got my, well, in fact, it's not actually the usual drill. I'm not having a protein coffee this morning, I'm having a protein shake because I got in the Perform Whey chocolate peanut butter flavour as a sample. Bloody loved it, so I bought the tub and it's phenomenal. So I'm having that, and I'm of course going to have 50 grams of dates. And that's going to do it for this morning's session. So I made these up just so they're ready, but first of all, let's go ahead and do the physique check, and then we'll get this food down us. So I did actually receive my first comment from one of the people at Capoeira yesterday saying that I look like I'd toned up a little bit. So I'm going to take that. But this is what we're looking like, completely relaxed from the front. And from the side. And flex from the front. I'm extremely tired. It has been such a long week, but this is what we're looking like. I do feel like I'm starting to see the vascularity just increase, you know, as the time goes on. Now, what you know from the past video is that I really need to get the scale. We're moving in the right direction, so today I definitely need to order some scales, so I'm probably going to get to that straight after the gym. I was trying to think of a topic for today's video and I had a few ideas, but I thought, seeing as we're in a new phase and calories have changed slightly, let's do another full day of eating. So that's what today's video is going to be. As you know, the updated calories are 2,550 with 210 grams of protein, and that very small pre-workout breakfast is giving me 306 calories, 24 protein, 46 carb and 2 fat. So we still got so much to do with the rest of the day. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with the series. It's gym time. Let's do this. Some time has elapsed. I've finished in the gym, had a really heavy one, and I've just run out to do some errands. Had to run to like 3 different cash points to get cash because somehow there's a great cash shortage in Liverpool. I'm now at the car wash, getting the car nice and clean because I'm not gonna lie, it's been a bit filthy. But the thing about the long drives is that the motorway dust just builds up on the car really quickly, and even if it's just freshly being washed, it's just like it comes back dirty. So now that I've actually got no more travel in the diary for a little while. Well, not that I know of anyways, that could change, but right now there's no travel in there, so I'm taking full advantage. The sun's out, I'm getting my car nice and sparkly clean, so I can just like enjoy the most out of it, because I don't know, there's anything else like that. When you got a clean car, inside and out, you just feel better. Okay, so an annoying amount of time has elapsed. The time is now 11:40, we've come to 12 midday, and I finished the gym at 9, haven't even eaten a thing since then. The thing about doing errands, like I don't normally do my food shop on a weekend because, well, let's be honest, it's just more chaotic on weekends. Tend to try and get it done through the week, but I just haven't been able to this week with being away, so I had to just go to the food shop then and just grin and bear it. It was just absolute manic out there. Anyway, no one cares, let's get to the food. So, as you guys all know, Saturday's an oily fish day, so I've got myself 100 grams smoked salmon, 2 large eggs, and instead of having them really big slices of sourdough, I actually found this like mini sourdough loaf. So it's still the same brand and everything, but it's just like normal slices of bread, if that makes sense, rather than like the big sourdough slices. I don't know if I'm explaining this properly. That will reduce the carbs a little bit for me, and therefore the calories. I'm also going to go ahead and dispatch this entire 150 gram pack of raspberries because I just want to get a jump on, you know, the 5 a day and all that. Not to be dramatic, but if I don't eat this soon, I'm probably going to die. So I'm going to get this down me, and then let's see how it impacts the rest of the day. I'm interrupting this food time lapse to bring you a very important announcement. These raspberries are actually pretty bloody good. Like these taste like what I imagine raspberries should taste like. So many times when I have raspberries,
They're extremely sour. The seeds just like get stuck in your mouth and all your teeth, and you're like trying to fish out raspberry seeds like for the rest of the day. But these are actually soft. The seeds aren't really getting stuck in my teeth, and they're sweet. They're really good. Would recommend the Aldi Specially Selected raspberries. Get them in. Well, it is safe to say that food got absolutely dispatched. And a special shout out to the raspberries, because I think, honestly, do think that's the first time in my life that I've had raspberries and really enjoyed them. So, probably gonna get those in again. Macro wise, that was a really well balanced meal as well. Got me 613 calories, 47 protein, 50 carb, and 27 fat, which brings our daily total today so far to 918 calories, 71 protein, 96 carb, and 29 fat. That puts us in a really good position actually for the rest of the day. 13 grams of fibre as well, which I'm guessing the raspberries are largely responsible for. As for the plan for the rest of the day, I've got quite a lot of like cleaning and tidying to do, just stuff that I need to catch up on because I haven't been here. I also need to prep my lunches for next week and do a few other food prep bits, just like, you know, making sure my protein's all good for the week. And also, seeing as it's an absolutely glorious day, I'm probably gonna get out and cut the grass for the first time this year. However, that can all wait because it's just approaching midday now and Everton are on the early kickoff, 12:30. So I think I'm just gonna chill and watch that for a bit and then I'll catch up with this after. All right, so the time is now 4:13 in the afternoon and I have been busy. After watching the game, I got straight to food prep. So let me show you what I've done. I've made lunches for the week ahead. This is chicken fajita pasta, basically just chicken breast all diced up with peppers, onions, tomatoes, fajita seasoning. I use creme fraiche, reduced fat creme fraiche as a pasta sauce base. Let me tell you, I mean, it adds a little bit of fat, but when using chicken breast, that's completely fine. But it also adds a lot of protein. There's also some half fat shredded cheese in here. Each one of these, can't remember off the top of my head, I'll put it on the screen. I think it's somewhere around 670 calories or so, but tons of protein in these as well, so these are definitely going to help me hit my protein goal. I also went ahead and bought half a kilo of chicken livers this morning, which I've just gently baked, and these are such, like, I try and have organ meat once every 6 weeks or so. I know a lot of people find this stuff daunting, but organ meat is actually really, really good for you. Super high in protein, super full of like nutrients and stuff that you wouldn't find in conventional meat. So I'm probably going to have like around like 100 grams of that as a snack mid-morning. Speaking of which, I already had 100 grams of that earlier as like a little chef's treat when I was cooking up. And to be honest with you, I'm not entirely done yet. I've got some more veggies prepped in the fridge, and I've also got some ground steak mince that I need to cook up as well, but I've also got to take my mum to an appointment very soon, so don't quite think I'm gonna have time to do that before I go. So I'm just gonna get myself showered and chill for a bit, and I'll catch up with you a bit later. So you know the way I was saying I needed to take my mum for an appointment to the hospital? I kind of thought it was going to be one of those where I just kind of like take her and I'd either like just drop her there, or if she wanted me to wait with her, then I'd wait with her. Wouldn't be that long, and I'd be back, you know, an hour-ish tops, total thing. What I didn't realise is that she was having an MRI, and if you're not too clued up about them, they normally last between 30 and 60 minutes. Thankfully, they saw her on time for her appointment and everything, but it's now 7:05 p.m. I've not eaten a proper meal since my brunch, whatever that was. Can't remember what time it was now. I'm absolutely starving and I'm extremely behind on calories, so we got to do something about this. I'm gonna get back in the kitchen and see what we can cook up. Right guys, I've done a thing and I've made an absolute monster. I've done basically, well, let me just show you. I've done this gigantic quesadilla, which is filled with steak mince, peppers, onions, bit of sauce, some like just sun-dried tomato sauce, and I'm literally drooling. And I also put 50 grams of half-fat shredded cheese in there, so it's all like melty, and I've ripped it. But anyways, this thing, guess how many calories are in this? 967 calories. 967, and I'm still behind for the rest of the day. But this also has 76 grams of protein, so it's plenty of protein. But you wouldn't believe it, this doesn't even like properly catch us up, because despite the fact that I'm eating nearly 1,000 calories, well, I'm about to in a second, I still have 357 calories left, and what, like 25 grams of protein. So yeah, I'm still gonna have some work to do after this, but I think the best policy for me right now is just eat this, enjoy it, and then figure out the rest later. To be fair, it's still 25 to 8, we still got a little bit of time left in the day. Well, I certainly think it says a lot that I didn't really struggle to finish that monster quesadilla. It was actually unbelievable. So where that leaves us for today, let me just quickly grab my total. So today we're on 2,193 calories, which means we have 357 remaining. We've hit 197 grams of protein so far, so we've still got about 13 grams left of that to hit. 194 carbs, still got 61 grams of carbs left to hit, and 72 grams of fat, which is actually 1 gram over, so I'll just take that off for carbs later. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm going to do to hit those macros, because I can't really think about food right now, but I think I'm just going to chill for now, and I'll figure out a bit later. I think what I'm going to do right now is actually, my brother gave me his old PS4 because he got a PS5, and he gave me a copy of Gran Turismo 7 because we used to smash the Gran Turismo games when we were younger, when we were growing up and everything, so I think I'm just gonna give that a little go. I've also got an Instagram reel that I want to edit. Actually, you know, on that topic, I don't think I've ever explained why I prefer long form content to short form so much. So short form content like Instagram and TikTok these days has allowed so many people to do well, and obviously I'm massively happy for them. People like experts in the field or industry leaders can just make a short form piece of content that just, like, you know, is very informative, and it's great, and it does really well. But you've got the other side of that, which is what worries me about short form content, and I do genuinely think that literally anyone with a camera can actually make a video that lasts from 30 to 90 seconds long or so, and make it sound like they know what they're talking about. And to be honest, I think that's quite dangerous, especially in a field like health and fitness, because you've got a lot of people who have massive followings who maybe have, you know, never coached people, who have never actually, you know, helped someone to get results. And that's all well and fine. People obviously still, you know, consume that content and enjoy it. But the reason I have such an affinity towards YouTube is because, you know, there are loads of YouTubers that I've been following for years and years and years. And it sounds strange to say, but over time, you almost like develop a relationship with this person and their content, because you truly see them for who they are. In a long form content that lasts, you know, like this kind of this long, you can't help but get an idea of what someone's true personality is like, what their actual day-to-day is like, what their mannerisms are like, what they value. And I think it's because I've got YouTubers that I've been watching for years, and I've kind of experienced that, you know, felt that kind of like relationship towards them and watching them grow over the years. I thought it'd be cool for me to like hop in front of the camera and actually do it as well. Because what you see on YouTube is genuinely what I'm like in real life. It's not like a 30-second Instagram video where you're not really seeing what someone's personality is like or whatever, and therefore like not really figuring out what they're actually like as a person. And I understand that it's probably not the most like popular form of content. Like vlog channels are probably been on the decline for a few years now, to be honest with you. But I do think when it's done properly and you cultivate an audience that like actually, you know, connect with you, then it can still be done. And that's what my goal is with YouTube, and why I have such an affinity towards long form over short form. I think as far as it goes for me on Instagram or short form content is that I'm just gonna every now and then just like post what I want. You know, I like to post like monthly debriefs where we do like little carousel of photos that I've taken through the month, and like you kind of like storyboard it, if that makes sense. I also like to just do wacky stuff. Like with short form content, I just post funny stuff, and I try to educate people about fat loss that way, just by making it funny. But yeah, YouTube is definitely going to be my bread and butter. Anyways, that's enough waffle from me for now. I will catch up with you when I've got some more food. Alright, so it's 9:25 in the evening. I haven't moved really. I haven't been hungry enough to eat anything, and I don't want to force it, so I think I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to bother eating anything else. It's late, I'm tired, I just want to go to bed, so that is exactly what I'm going to do. So I hope you've enjoyed this full day of eating. It was supposed to be 2,550 calories, it ended up being a little bit less, but that's fine. I'd like to thank you so much for tuning in. As always, remember to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, stay up to date with this series. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.